Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Goodwood Racecourse here on Saturday. It is the 2nd of August, 2025. Gonna look at the stakes action from the final day of the glorious Goodwood meeting. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's get to the stakes action races 1 and 3 from Goodwood, the 120 and the 230. The first race, the 120, it's the Group 3 Glorious Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $125,000. Seven horses are going 2,400 meters, or a mile and a half here in the Glorious. As a top selection, I'm going to go take the number 4 horse, Candleford. I'm going to go 463 in the TriCast trifecta. 463 TriCast trifecta, top selection of 4 horse, Candleford. This similar gun by Kingman here. William Haggas trains. Tar Marquand gets the mounts. He ran the horse most recently on the 5th of July, Beverly, a mile and a half in the Charlie Wood Stakes, and he won by 3 lengths that day. It was his second off the bench, and he finally got back to his winning ways, winning by 3 lengths. He stalked all the way around the race course. When Kieran Fallon said go, he took off clear. That was a very impressive run. Come here, back up in a little bit of class. Still not the world's toughest race. I think the old man could get another victory under his belt. He ran off the bench in the Hardwick Stakes where Alas got 2 back, a mile and a half on the 21st June, and he finished 12th by 29 lengths. He beat nobody home. He just never got into it. It was his first start since the Hardwick of 24. Like I said, just need the race there. The Hardwick, the Group 2 Hardwick Stakes of 2024 Royal Ascot, a mile and a half on the 22nd of June. He finished 4th by 5.5 lengths that day. He had a bit of a wide trip. He just couldn't get there late. Something must have went amiss because you didn't see the horse for a year after that. So it just wasn't his day to win. And then prior to that, unless race the Kerr, a mile and a half on the 25th of May, winning by 1.5 lengths that day. And again, he basically got all the way into the race. He quickened up nicely. A very, very easy race. He has hidden ability. If you go through his form, he hasn't run half bad. And he's running against some tough horses. He ran this race 2.5 years ago, or 2 years ago, where he had a very good third place finish behind Hamish that day, where he got down the race course well, came back to win the August Stakes after that, and then came back to win the or place behind Baybridge in the September Stakes at Kempton after that. Refreshing here, third off the bench. I think he could win. I think a horse stepping up in slight class that could definitely get a piece of it is the 6 horse Mount Atlas. I'll definitely use this horse in the place spot that begins with this race. He ran most recently in a Class 2 handicap on the 12th of July to Ascot over the mile and a half, where he won by a length that day, and he sat back early. He had a bit of a trouble trip around the bend, but when he had the turn of foot, he really came home clear. He had ginormous weight on his back, also of 142 pounds, only carrying 129 today, which I think is going to be a good thing to get him to the winner's circle. But he really freaked that day. He ran 2 back in the Class 2 handicap, Duke of Edinburgh handicap at Royal Ascot, where he finished 5th by 1.5 lengths. He had a bit of a wide trip that day. He just couldn't get there late. He got, the slightly classier, faster horses just had the jump on him, but he ran his heart out from where he was drawn from the outside bend also. And then the Group 3 Armand Stakes at Chester over the mile and 11/16. He finished 5th by 2.5 lengths that day, and he just didn't stay that slightly longer trip. He's making his Goodwood debut. He's slightly up in class. I think he could, find a piece of it. I'll definitely use him on the ticket. But to recap my selection for the 120, the first race from Goodwood, it's the Group 3 Glorious Stakes. We're going to take the 4 horse Candleford, give kudos to the 6 horse Mount Atlas, 463 TriCast trifecta, 4-6 in the multi-race. Let's head over to the featured third race now for the stayers at Goodwood. It is the Group 2 Lillie Langtry Stakes. It's Group 2 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $375,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards, fillies, mares only. 9 horses are going the staying trip at ground of 2,800 meters, or about 3/4 on the turf course. Going to take the 6 horse Sueno as a top selection. 638 for me in the TriCast trifecta. 638 TriCast trifecta. Top selection the 6 horse Sueno, 4-year-old followed by Camelot. Jonathan Gauss in trains. Rab Hamlin gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently in the 19th of July, so a quick turnaround. A mile and a half at Newmarket in the Aphrodite Stakes. Melissa race there. He finished second by 1/4 lengths that day, and he sat back early. He really gained a lot of ground late. He got up the hill well. I thought she won a longer trip, but she stayed the trip well. It was her first start in a little bit of time. Not a bad race. Quick turnaround back to a finally a longer trip, which I think she's also been dying out for. I think she could find a trip to win. She ran two back in the Group 3 Bronze Cup at York, a mile 3/4, 31st of May, and she finished third by 4 lengths that day. She didn't have the best beginnings that day. She moved a little bit late, but she just needed a slightly better trip there. And then prior to that, she ran the Daisy Warwick Stakes at Goodwood, opening a mile and a half second of May, finishing fourth by 3 3/4 lengths that day. Off the bench, she just was flat. She needed the race. Her wheels were spinning, just not getting a good handle that day. But her races last year as a 3-year-old, a little bit late bloomer. She on debut at Nottingham over the mile, and in a novice race, finished third by 1.5 lengths that day. She was with them early on. She just needs something more that day. Also had a bit of a trouble trip, which got interfered with. Came back to run a mile and a half at Wolverhampton in a novice race where she won by 2 1/4 lengths, and she was really home clear. That was a very, very good race from a very good post draw. Yeah, like I said, finally back to a longer trip. I think she's sitting on a good run. 5 to 1, I'm going to use her. I think the Brewers goody two shoes for William Buick and Joseph Bryan Cohen also as a winner of her last three, starting off the winning streak at Gowan over the mile 3/4 in the listed race with my 6 lengths that day. She basically on the front end came home clear, came from a track and trip after that down Royal in a 2 mile handicap where she won again quite easily, and then won the Group 3 Strano Stakes at the mile 3/4 at Ferry House quite impressively, coming from the backpack last time out. She's a versatile type. She could sit on the front, come from a little bit behind. She's done everything right over the jumps also. I'm going to give her a shot here at the, back to coming back to the flat against these horses. But to recap my selection now for the third, the 230 from Goodwood, it's the Group 2 Lillie Langtry. Going to take the 6-horse Bueno. Give kudos to the 3-horse Goody Two Shoes. 6-3 trifecta, 6-3 in the multi race. So go back 12. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.